What is going on, folks? Once again, I am Mr. Soul Lover Man 504, aka Devon Alvarez, coming at you live today. So today we're going to get right into it. We're going to be talking about honoring thyself. But but before I go, how's everybody doing out there, man? Hope you all are doing great. Leave me some. If I'm on YouTube, leave me some comments. Let me know how you guys are doing out there, all of that stuff. So the important part, important principle in life on your journey is to honor thyself by making sure you are on your right and your correct journey, by making sure you're getting up every day, by making sure you're holding yourself accountable, by by making a decision like in the now that's going to help you to move, that making a decision now that's going to help you be more thankful later on, in your journey and the very, very, very near future. That's so man, that is so important, and that is so key. How many times you heard somebody say, man, if I could go back, you know or if I had another opportunity to, you know or I wish I could do it all over again. um Hey, what is going on, Miss Rainy Woman? Good morning. And but the important thing with that is to honor thyself, man. Make sure you're doing something now that you're going to be. Make sure you're doing something now that you're going to be thankful for later, and something that is going to inevitably transform your life into something greater, something that's going to help to transform your life into something more divine, like taking advantage of the time, like if you maybe you have some free time now, so start planning some stuff out, um use, it's always say, use the time that you have wisely. It's, I know sometimes easier said than done. Sometimes we feel like we wish we had all the time in the world, when we're busy doing things that we don't want to do. But then sometimes, you do have the free time and all you want to do is sleep. When, when you're not working, you do your time, whatever it is, 8, 10, 12, whatever it is. And then when you're done, all you want to do is sleep. You're making your money, but are you truly honoring yourself? Are you truly honoring your purpose? Or are you truly honoring the process? And sometimes, yes, indeed, it is a process, that we have to go through, because there are certain things that we have to learn. There are certain things that need to be fine tuned, and there are places that we naturally need to get to. But the important thing is for you to be happy in the situation, because you don't want to, what happens in a situation when no one else is to blame but you. Like, we always, it's cool when you're sitting back and somebody else messes up and we're laughing, and or somebody else is getting screamed at and you're like, ooh, Sean's in trouble today. But what happens when when your head's on the chopping block, or when it's, when the spotlight is on you and you have to, stand up and perform and be great. You have to be great in that moment. Are you, were you truly honoring yourself in your, in your preparation? Or did you just want to get to the situation and get it over with? You look back and be like, oh man, I really wish I could get that one over again. And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. In this thing, in in this thing called life. Sometimes, you may not get another shot, may not get another opportunity. It's sometimes naturally, that's naturally how it goes. And the better part of it is to, handle it now, reap the rewards later, so you don't naturally have to, they say what goes around comes around. So you don't have to be in this revolving everyday cycle of, um, saying, man, I wish I could, or I wish I would have. You just naturally learn, whatever it is that you had to learn. You weren't triumphant in that situation, but the important, the important thing is to, you want to see your seeds grow, man. You want to do your due diligence now, so you don't have to, where do something now that the future you is gonna be like, man, I'm glad my past self did. We watch these movies about time travel and people going back and being able to do all of these things, but in the like the past, present, and future, we can look back at the past and learn from whatever it was, our lives, other people's lives, other people's stories, and things of that nature. But the point of it is that we have, we just naturally have, now moving forward, to get things done, um to truly make things happen. And just to do it do it purposefully. There you go. Do it purposefully, and just make it, like that song says, only you can make it happen for yourself. And honoring yourself by really being present in those moments. And you know s- one of the greatest lessons I was ever taught was to always pay attention. That, and to to finish what you started, because you don't want to, so many, especially if it's going to be something that can really fulfill your goal, everything, everything that you truly want to do out there. Okay, so we have a guest coming on. Let's see who this is. Right, let's see here. Mhm. Yes, but please honor yourself, folks. Hey, Mr. Sid, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, enjoying life. Where are you again?
Well, I'm in the States, but I'm down south.
Got you. So am I. I'm in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I like this conversation, and honoring self it's been important in my life for sure. Just really understanding or overstanding just what I'm here to be. So I appreciate this conversation, and just figured I'd hop on and just dive into it with you.
Yeah. Do you feel sometimes that people, that we can be, well, one, we can be our biggest asset, and two, sometimes we can be the biggest reasons why we let ourselves down in certain cases?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I've noticed it in my own life that just the background chatter from life's moments playing forward in the space where I live now can sometimes be uh, leading away from my own desired goals. So yeah, it does show up for me in that way.
Yeah, and I really do believe, you know, it really feels like time is moving faster, but it's important that we are, present, within ourselves, and that we truly honor, what we want, and we need to go for it. Like, we need to get our stuff together. We need to go for it now. So if anybody out there was, wondering like, well, hey, I need a sign from something, or today would be that day to start to put some things, to start even if it's just the natural thought process, to start putting it together, because you don't want to be left behind. That's all I'm saying. Moving forward, everything is going to, you're just going to start to see things just moving, a whole lot faster.
Right. And I'd say I revert back to just being an athlete for so long, and 30 plus years in athletics in my life. And what I've noticed for me is the more I've been able to slow me down, slow my mind down, the things don't seem to be moving so fast, because it's this idea of slowing down to speed up for me, getting rid of false turns or missteps, things of that nature. I know when I learned that I really wanted peace in my life, it was easier to make choices going forward, because it was like, all right, is this going to lead me to peace or take my peace away? And so I think that's part of where people have to move right now is what do you truly desire? Now, there's a path that'll take you there, and there's a path that will take you away from it. And so what are those steps going to be? And that's how it's played out.
And you being an athlete, is that something that really helps you to, to get up, and like, does that help to correlate a lot of other things in your life, your goals, just to be able to get up and, go get it, just like you might have to keep your body in shape so you can be in tune with everything?
Oh, definitely. I watch people. I've had a yoga studios actually, but I used to have 40 employees, and every single one of them were athletes. We had, I think, out of those 40, 8 of them were all Americans, and I watched how their level of discipline for their sport equals to the same discipline of showing up on time, same discipline of choosing what food to eat, all those different things. And that's where I learned that, not only through my father and my mother, but I learned it more in sport.
Yeah, I think I need to move work with this timer, but I think I only have set for like 5 minutes, but I think he's probably gonna come back up. All right, yeah, he's gonna come back up.
So I'll just continue that thought. Not only with the people that I hired, I coached college football for 12 years, and it used to be said that if you coach college football, because of the demands that it takes to be in that, and the accountability, if you don't win in college football, you're fired. It might be 3 games into the season, you could get fired. And so with that level of discipline, it was always said, no matter what you do, you go be a success as long as you apply what we had in sports and in coaching. If you took that into a job, you could go anywhere. And I've seen it with Bill Walsh going to IBM, or Joe Gibbs back in the day helping out the Washington Post, and all these different things, because there's so many aspects, especially in a game like football, where you've got 11 people on the field, you got 100 plus people working within the facility in some capacity. And so learning how to be disciplined, how to stay in your lane, how to keep things moving forward for the benefit of all. Those are all huge lessons that definitely helped along my journey.
And like, you named, Bill Walsh, and is it something more about the team sport where you could just take the aspects of football and relate it to other businesses and help them to coordinate the different aspects of what they're doing.
Yes, I mean, I got asked to come to. I mean, I'm definitely about that's where I come from, as well as peace. So I got contracted to come and help a defense contractor of 85,000 employees understand how they can come back into the workplace and have peace at a defense contractor. And that looked like, how are things being created in the minds of the employees that need to work together, and how could everyone understand their job, and if you do your job well, they all win. So it's definitely the correlation between sports and bringing that forward is a big thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. It's more, the the biggest thing of it is winning. Getting, once you get the X's and O's, and once you get everybody, on the same team, everybody knows what they need to do. But with all of that, putting in the time and the effort at the end of it, it's about winning.
Exactly. Yeah. So did you play sports?
I did when I was younger. I mostly, ran track, played basketball. Then I got more into, I was a big Bruce Lee fan. I got more into martial arts, and things of that nature. But I grew up in a small town, so growing up in the South, it was I grew up in Louisiana, but it was, football is always going to be king. But then basketball, came right behind that. So I was more of a more on the basketball court, than I was with as far as just with football.
Awesome. I love it. I mean, I was born in Baton Rouge, so I get where you come from.
Yeah, that's just what it is. That's football is king down south. From Texas to Arkansas to Alabama to Florida. That's to in Georgia. That's just how it is.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, yes, it is.
That's thank you for having me. I appreciate the time and the work you're doing, sharing your voice in this platform. So thank you.
Thank you for coming up.
Yeah. Well, have a beautiful day. I'm going to stick around and listen for a while, and we'll catch up soon.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Bruce. Peace.
So yeah, folks. So and all of that, it's very, very, very important, and it's very key to to honor yourself. No matter what your path or what your walk in life is. Mr. Sid just came up. He was a football coach, and that probably led him on in different businesses and things of that nature. So. There is no really small, like, you or me. Like for me, I had to learn that, one, my voice mattered, and two, uh, that my story mattered. And, if you're going to walk in the realm of like public speaking, life coaching, anything where you're in the public eye, whatever it is that like if you're acting, or if you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, and if you go to different companies, and you help them with getting certain things together, and you have to be like in front, and it's like, oh, you have to be front and center. You have to know that, one, your voice matters, and that you're strong enough, and that your will, like, because once you get accustomed to doing it, and it's gonna be like, it's going to be second nature. The transition, the transition for a lot of people is coming, very, very, very soon. Not, like more of the out with the old and in with the new, because I do feel where a lot of people out there, have been thinking about getting into some new things, so to speak, whatever that whatever that newness is that's coming into your life. The important thing is to just honor yourself. By honoring yourself, you're honoring the process, and at the at the beginning or at the end of it, you're the one that has to be happy with the decisions, that you have to be the one that's happy with the decisions that you're making, whatever they like. I've heard people doing things, making a lot of money, or whatever it was, and they just made the decision to walk away. Maybe their peace, their happiness, their you know other people might say, man, are you crazy, but we never know what it entails to do what they do. Or, we look at folks making whatever and whatever. And, I mean, of course, everybody's going to have an opinion on it. But at the beginning of the day, or beginning or at the end of the day, it has to fit. It has to, it really has to fit. And it really naturally has to make you happy. And, I believe a lot of people are at that point of thinking like, man, this is just, I don't know, something needs to change, or I need to, or I need to make a change. Maybe there's something in the past that you weren't able to do, or maybe there's something something in the past that you have, I said, goes around, comes around. So, maybe you get a second chance to do it. I've heard stories of people dropping everything. I interviewed a gentleman. He's pretty famous, but he said, he left Jamaica, and I think he went to New York, and he started doing some acting. He left New York, then he went to LA, I think he's still in LA now. But long story short, he was homeless for a little while, but he made a decision. He wanted to act. I don't believe in the beginning it was about the fame and all of that. How nowadays people, TikTok, all of that stuff, people just do it, for likes and clicks and whatever, without, having any solid structure, in it. Say like, okay, cool, I'm going to get these likes and these numbers, and I'm going to do this with it. I'm going to do that with it. I'm going to, promote all of the other stuff, skills and talents that I have. I have some other people I want to put out there as well. But he just made a decision. He honored himself. He, no matter what happened, homeless and everything. And, it's what, if you are on your right path, because how is because everything starts to line up for you, Yep, somebody says, never let the world mute your truth. And that is so, so, so important, man. Okay, we have someone comment up. That is, yeah, so, I know the journey is not easy, but it is worth it. I'll say that. Hey, what is going on, sir?
Hi there.
Yes, yes, sir.
Awesome. Hi, how's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. Did you want to chime in on the topic on today?
Yeah, I just saw the topic and heard a bit of what you're kind of talking about at the moment, and it just kind of felt like I can relate a little bit. I'm currently
guess you would call it homeless. Living out of my car due to deciding that working for another person at this point in my life I cannot do, because the vision I have for myself is invaluable, and if I can figure out a way to live this vision, even if I have to eat, ramen and freaking bread, peanut butter, that's just what I'm going to do. And so I've just been giving everything to this vision of mine, which the moment entails living out of my car, and it does feel like I'm honoring myself. I'm staying true to my vision. So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, what is that old saying about, give me liberty or give me death? And it's interesting because a lot of people, just want to feel free now. A lot of people just, they don't want to feel like they're in a forced kind of a situation, and then people just want to be happy. That I can, that I truly understand, because I'm on that path, and I want to be, happy. And I remember like my homeless situation in 2005 when Hurricane Katrina hit. I wanted to leave Louisiana and go to Texas, but I was still in undergrad and all of that good stuff. And I didn't want to leave the state like I left, but I got an opportunity, and I feel like for you, uh, cool. Yeah, for you, I feel like you're okay. Cool. Feel like your opportunity is coming very, very, very soon. Because even though you're, even though you're, the rest of the world may look at your situation as one thing, you see it as something else. Because you always, you're like, well, the glass maybe half full, but I can still fill it up with all of these other things. Feel like you're a hustler. It's like you have that will, like no matter what, you're going to you're going to you have you have this transcending spirit. Like despite what I'm in, it's not always going to be like this, and things are going to change faster
Yes.
than yeah.
Yes, that's so it. And can I say something on that? I love that you said it, because that for me has been the real like hurdle. Like, I won't say getting over it, but it's been a constant like pressure I've been having to face. Just because it does get lonely. You do, and when you're sitting here in freaking 40-degree winter, car is like not enough. You can't keep it on because you're gonna kill the battery. So it's like now you're like, all right, I'm just bundling up my blanket. You're like laying there. You're like, is this the right thing to be doing right now? But you know what? I'm just like, oh yeah, every day that I get up and then I walk in my path, I'm just like, of course. Like what? I don't care if I'm freaking in Iceland or something. I'm gonna do this, and I just feel like that. And it's like there's no amount of discomfort that could, because this is something that is like my soul that is like yearning for me to move in. It's a direction it wants me to move in, and it's like my physical body will not overpower the demand of my inner light. And yeah, so it's and it's so simple though. It's so simple. I don't feel like any more accomplished or knowledgeable or something than others. I just feel like I can feel the inner call, and I'm answering it. And I feel like if anyone else felt their own inner call, like had the courage to feel it, despite it being against the status quo, I feel like they would do some things that are pretty radical in life transforming as well.
Right. It's not that you walked away from something. It's like you're moving more to your truth, and you're moving more to, it's almost like you had these reflections while you were working, and you were like, man, this, and if the time runs out, just come back up. But
okay.
Yeah, but it feels like you were just, really answering this inner calling. I probably would say maybe over the last 2 years, you've been thinking about this, and you think he let's see if that's wait, let me see. I'll bring him up. I'll bring the next person up back to him. Yeah, so you had this it's almost you had this inner calling And now you're being true to form, and you're going to be uh you're going to be very very, because you're going to be blessed by that. You do have let's say you have some angels around you and they're
I think I do. I
yeah,
think I do, brother.
yeah, and they're going to be, yeah, because you've always, you're one of those right place right time kind of people. It's like people are always checking on you, like, and they're always, they're wondering if you're okay, and all of that good stuff. So, but for your message probably to the rest of the world is that, hey, look, I have to do this, you may
Yes.
not understand it, but this is something that I have to do it. It feels that,
Yes.
yeah, it feels like you want more, not just more out of life, but you want to, you want to be more of the shot caller. You want to be more of the shot caller in your life.
Yeah.
You want to be, you have a great business mind. You just it's like that. The calling over your life is to be in boardrooms and to make things happen. And to
Wow.
you're really efficient at putting it. You're great at, I'll just say the sky's the limit, but you're great at you're great at budgeting. You're great at just a lot of things, business wise. You have a you have this man you have like this architectural mind. You're a builder, and that's what.
I'm actually the vision I'm working on is computer coding. I'm teaching myself Python as programming language, which
Okay.
is pretty architectural and all that.
Yeah. So so it's already, a lot of it is already done, because you're going to start to meet people who are like you, who just want to, you it's almost like you've been chosen. It's like you're moving forward, to help to change things, to give people, a new vision, even though it's not that they're working for you. It's like you're going to make them feel like you're working, because I think that's what it was for you. You were like, well, I just don't feel like, I don't, it's not, no disrespect to anybody, but I don't want to feel like I'm always under people, because you don't like people to, hold things over your head, and all, and all of that stuff. And sometimes you may say something, but they may take it the wrong way. It's just that you have that go-getter mentality, and you perceive things, like, in how can I put it? You perceive things in time, but it's like you can think beyond that. You see the bigger picture of it. And that's where a lot of people might look at you as, sometimes people look at you as a threat. And then, like, well, who does this guy think he is?
Man. Oh yeah, I've been getting that a lot. But man, oh my gosh, everything you've been saying here, I would, if I had known you better, I think you're my mom. Like, you're saying everything about me. It's like, yeah, that's like me, man. You're really hitting deep at a lot of things I've been going through lately and feeling, um, especially at this time of my life. Yeah, these are thoughts I haven't been able to articulate the way you have, but that resonates pretty deeply with almost pretty much everything you just said there, man. Thank you.
Yeah, so and then with the program that you're learning, this isn't, I mean, it's going to help a lot, but it's not, I feel like you're going to start meeting people that are going to give you, like, they're going to start giving you like laptops and all of this stuff, and I feel like you're going to be working for like other companies. You're going to be doing like a lot of contract work. You may also be dealing with like a lot of startup companies, Silicon Valley, and all that good stuff. But yeah, he has a lot of amazing stuff. He's he's an amazing talent. And man, I wish him the best, just moving forward, because it's, you really need people like that. We need people to, to shake it up. Really need people to shake it up, and by doing that, you're honoring yourself, and because there are people out there that you know they need us to start, these new businesses, this, and this new that, moving forward, things are going to continue to get technical. Things are going to, continue to, become more binary with, financial systems and technology, and, and all of that good stuff. So, being ahead of the curve, and, he's going to be one of those people that you're, in a few years, you're going to be reading about it Newsweek, and it's going to have an amazing testimony though. So, but yeah, so it's just very, very, very important to, it's very important to honor yourself, and to, your truth. He's not going to be homeless long. Probably, say beginning of the year. He'll, probably maybe before that. He'll be, won't be living in his car. I'll say that. So yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing, knowing, but honoring yourself, just knowing, because I think sometimes, well, I know sometimes when we make a decision that everybody, let's say your job pays whatever, and it's helping you to pay your bills. Maybe you have a kid or kid on the way, and you make a decision that other people may think is impulsive, and better than, like, like, what time it is in your life. I'll say that, you know what time it is in your life. You can feel the change coming, like, like if you have these ideas, or these, like one business, you feel like, this is going to lead to something else. Let's say somebody steps to you and say, hey, you know what? I either want to invest in you or just pay you out for whatever it is that you got, and they don't want to just give you the fair market value. They want, they know what it's going to, they know, like, a lot of people, I forgot his name, but the gentleman that just came up, I think his last name was Gross, I believe. But anyway, yeah. So there's people that can see, man, they can see something either in you and what you're doing, and they're like, they can see, listen, you've got something. Why don't you, you should be doing, uh, X, Y, and Z. And man, that could give you the, maybe you're stuck in limbo. You're like, okay, well, I've got these skills, the talent, what truly should I be doing with it, And somebody, and along comes a spider and puts the perfect web up, and you're like, you see the blueprint, and you see the blueprint, and you see the, you see the blueprint, and you see the design. I always love one-on-one conversations, because there's so much that you can learn, you know um by just talking to people, and I just feel like these are just real conversations. There's no judgment. I don't feel where it's like these other social media apps where people are, just, uh, yeah, we all have to invest in ourselves more. Just, you know, um, and that's another thing, to curb the enthusiasm, man. Be the light, like, seriously. Be the light that you're, that you're naturally gonna need. And, like, I was, speaking things into that gentleman's life, and people have told me that about myself. They were like, hey, you're going to be doing this. You're going, and there's a big part of me that's ready for it now. And I am I'm very uh I'm just I'm honoring myself and being prepared. It's like that last gentleman that came up, he was able to see beyond his situation. A lot of people don't have that ability. They and it's okay to live for today. That's sometimes that's how it is. But some people just have that's something special. That's something extra where you know they just never give up. They keep pushing. They may disappear off of social media for a little while, and some of your well, I'll say, some of your best deals, you're going to meet people off of social media, but after that, the real people that move and shake, you're probably not going to find them. you know um a lot of times, you're probably not going to find them on social media and all of that stuff, because they probably have people that run their social media or whatever. But it's the behind the scenes stuff that other people are not going to be able to see. It's the behind the scene. It's the higher vision, in a sense, that's going to be able to take you places where you're going to be in rooms with people that truly make the decisions, the true power players, so to speak. Someone's out there, writing maybe a script. There you go. And you're, prop thinking about shopping it around. Do that, because the network deal is going to be incredible, because a lot of these companies don't just own one, like Disney on CBS and, ESPN and, and all of that stuff, man. Marvel and, man, it's just amazing. Hey, what's going on, ma'am? How are you? But, it's just honoring yourself, honoring your truth, honoring your truth. I mean, you're gonna meet you're just going to be able to meet someone like like last year, man, I was able to meet some, amazing people. The main thing I didn't do was, I just didn't, like, with my podcast. I don't know. There was so much going on last year and this year that I just didn't keep it going. My consistency wasn't there, but it is now. I can, all but guarantee you that. But if you are, again, please follow me on here, on this Wisdom app, and please follow me on YouTube, and follow me on Instagram. And I'm also I'm a writer. I am a speaker. I am an author. Um, if you go to my Instagram, or if you're on the Wisdom app or YouTube, you can go to my link tree, and that has all of my website, and so you can check out my books, and my books are also on Amazon. Just put in my name, Damon Alvarez, and all of my books and all of that stuff will come up. But even though I've been writing for a long time. I've been writing. I told I told somebody yesterday on Facebook. I said, man, if I would have had, like, if we would have had social media like these kids have, like, man, I'd probably be a millionaire by now. Because society loves to get behind kids, and as well they should. But you get a certain age, or if you don't push it and believe in yourself, then, man, look. And if you're not, sometimes we're just not blessed enough to have people that truly believe in, that's why, we going back to it, we naturally have to honor ourselves. We do. You have to honor yourselves going in. You got to honor yourselves in the middle. You have to honor yourselves going out. Be thankful and gracious to the people that help you along the way, because like I always say, that the trust factor, you can gain it one day, 5 seconds later it's not there anymore, and you're like, what happened? I don't know, some people are just fickle like that. I don't know, some people are just wired differently. Probably nothing that you did wrong. It's just some folks are just some people are just wired differently, man. And you know you're not going to you're not gonna you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and then you're not going to understand. Everybody's not going to understand the method to your madness, how how you do things, your brilliance, and how you how you how you move. Like, people look at me and they're like, man, you're just different, huh? I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's it's a good way of, that's a good way of you know putting it. But I mean, different isn't different isn't always a bad thing. I feel like it's not. But I do feel some people have some big decisions that they have to make, and I feel like it's going to be a now or never kind of thing in your life. And honor yourself, trust the process, and make that decision. Like they say, pull the trigger on it, and you're gonna thank yourself later. You're gonna thank yourself later, because you did that. Because you honored your inner knowing. You trusted, you trusted the process. Like, something today was like, I was just kind of relaxing earlier, and something said, get up and go work out. So I went to go work out. And then I was, looking at YouTube, and something said, get up, and, people need to hear your voice. They need to hear, it's interesting, uh, when, it's interesting when you just naturally start to do something in the process, and you start to do something over and over, and time again, that people really people out there really need to hear your voice. Because even though we may have a great life, and let's say, I don't know, a roof over your head, and let's say you have a roof over your head, you go to work, you're like, man, I have a great career, co-workers are good, but something, maybe the next day, you're like, man, I'm just not feeling it today. And you start thinking doom and gloom. I think a lot, it's just people, uh to have a you know to be strong. You have to, sometimes you have to be strong for everybody else. And oftentimes it's maybe not the easiest thing to be strong for you. And and I do truly believe that's where a lot of people get lost in transition, because sometimes there's only so much time, there's so much energy, that you can give, and maybe sometimes you need to pull back a little bit, but you that's where that's where honoring yourself comes in, knowing knowing what knowing how much that you can give. Thanks, ma'am. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's just knowing how much you can give in a situation, and knowing that sometimes you just have to take a break, take a day off. You have to just pull back a little bit, and you know, man, that's very, very, very important. That is very, very, very important. And knowing that. Yeah, it's interesting. I was I was on Clubhouse last week, and I talking to this young lady. I don't remember where she was from, but after the conversation, she was, oh my, I feel so much better, and I feel so. She said, I can't explain it, but and she was like, man, I feel so much better, after after talking to you. But maybe that's just a part of my process. Maybe that's just a part of, I know that's a part of my gift. Just being under, you can't save them all. I get that. I'm not trying to save the world. I mean, maybe some people are in a certain respect, and I can honor that. But I know that my, you have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of your inner self, and all of that good stuff, man. That is so, that is so, that is so important, and that a lot, that allows you, like to hold a space, that allows you to move forward and do, so many other great things out there that, like, you, if you're running the business, they're like, man, if you don't show up, or, you're, like, if you don't show up and, really show that true interest in it, then, it's like everybody else, the morale, it's like you may be that person that goes to your job and everybody's happy to see you. You make everybody laugh, you make everybody smile. And, I've seen it, certain people leave and it's just not the same anymore. And it's like, why am I coming here every day? It's legitimately like that. It's like, man, why in the world? And, why in the world am I coming here? But I've grown to know and to understand that there's a time and a place for everything. And, those people aren't going to be there forever. And you're probably not going to be there forever, um, on your life's journey, your soul journey, or however it is, but, honor is, man, who doesn't want to be honored? Who doesn't want to go to work and say, oh man, you're doing you're doing a good job, and, pat on the back, employee of the week, employee of the month, what an employee of the year or something like that, just to be honored. Somebody said, if you didn't pop up, I wouldn't have heard the topic, advice and stories. It's lit. Oh, it's lit a fire. And I'm feeling motivated. Good, 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 good. Yeah, that's the important thing, man. Staying motivated, letting your sun shine, being happy, just letting your success speak, letting your, where you don't have to, you don't really have to say a lot, people, know who you are, or whatever, whatever, whatever. And, the growth, man, but, but yeah, so, but again, please follow me on, all things social media, if you are still with me. If you would like to book me for a one-on-one session, you can go to my link tree again, and it's on my wisdom profile. It's on YouTube, and it's also on Instagram. Sorry, there's a lot of social media stuff, And when you are your social media manager, and when you're the producer and director of all of this stuff, man, I tell you what, it's like what is that saying? A master of to be like the master of a lot of things, something like that. But I don't remember the whole, but y'all know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, yeah, but I'm, I'm thankful for the day. I'm really thankful for this app, because it's really allowed me to just, just talk to people. This is naturally my flow, just like it's, just if you're a fan of hip hop or music, you give somebody the mic that's talented, and you let them go, and you're going to get a show. I guarantee you, Like, when I didn't exactly know what I was going to talk about today, but you know what? I Googled stuff earlier and something just came to me, honor thyself. I said, okay, cool, let's do that. And, I was very thankful. Just probably, there's a million and one things we go through. There's a million and one things we talk about. But the sun is always going to shine another day. So, looking at it like, I know sometimes people are like, man, you don't understand, you don't life. Maybe not, but we've all gone through things, we've seen, I've seen people in wheelchairs. I was watching this thing on the Disney app with Will Smith, the actor, and there was a guy with him. They were like walking up this volcano, and the volcano was active. I don't remember where they were, but anyway, so they're walking, and so the guy that was with him, they get to the top of the volcano, and the guy's like, hey, explain to me, what you're seeing, and so Will explains it to him, and he said a little bit about the guy. And he was like, you would never know how he walked up this volcano, because the way the guy was walking up the volcano, you would swear the man, I didn't know the man was seeing impaired. I had no until it was said in the, maybe a documentary or something like that, but until it was said, I would have never known, because the man, he and somebody with like 20/20 vision would have been stumbling. This he did it so effortlessly. It was like, yeah, it was amazing. Like, yeah, okay, so it's called Welcome to Earth, Nat Geo and Will Smith. I mean, my goodness, man. That is just something, that is something special, when if like I watch sports, and that's cool, man, but to see something like that, that is just, man, that is just beautiful. Um but but yeah, but I do have another business, and I am, it's called, it's with Miss TJ Inspires. So you can go to www.tjinspires.com. You can go, you can go to my link tree, and you can buy some candles, and we sell wax melts, bath bombs. We are a small business, so please support small business, ladies and gentlemen. The candles smell amazing. Again, it's www.tjinspires.com, and you can find that that website on my link tree, which is either on YouTube, or it's in my bio on the Wisdom app, or you can find it on my you can find a link on my Instagram page. Yeah. But man, the way he walked up and down, the way he walked up the way he walked up there, and the way they were like, just, this is an active volcano, that was just amazing, man. That was just freaking amazing. I couldn't, I don't think, any, most people, when you see people like, like when I watch Shark Week and all of that stuff, like I remember watching Shark Week one time, and I saw Mike Tyson, the boxer. He was like, I think they were like in the Caribbean somewhere, and he actually held a shark, and you know how they say you can rub the shark's belly, flip it over, rub his belly, and put it to sleep. So he actually did that, or it kind of goes into this kind of sleep state. Yeah, when Will was describing what he was seeing, oh man, that was just, so yeah, check that out, man. It was called Welcome to Earth on Nat Geo, with Will Smith. It's on the Disney app. I need to go back and watch that again. That was amazing. But but yeah, but I think this message is for me. Be devoted and committed as you are moving forward. One day at a time, one foot in front of the other until you know it's not just manifesting and seeing it once, but it's just it's once you see it, it's it's like if you're in the woods, you're trying to start a fire. You have two rocks, you're clicking it, and you see the sparks until you see the fire burning. And of course you're going to need to throw more wood on there, but once you see it, you know um once you see the fire roaring and inside of you, then continue to let that fire burn and do not put it out for anything, seriously. Because I've I don't think it can ever completely goes out, but it's just all it's always there, but we just have to um continue to put the wood, chop the wood, whatever it is, to continue. And it's sometimes it's going to um take you places that are going to look different, feel a little different, but just know that it's all a part of your journey. So hmm, yeah, saying just learn from those experiences, man, as you're going along, but again, going back, it's about honoring thyself. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with Mr. Soul of a Man 504. Please check out my podcast and all of that good stuff. Again, follow me on the Wisdom app, and check out my link tree for everything that I'm offering, books and the candles that we're selling, and that's on tjinspires.com. Again, that is tjinspires.com for your candles, wax melts, and all of that good stuff. But great stocking stuffers. But as always, folks, I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing down. I will be back on here very, very, very soon. But thanks everybody who tuned in on YouTube, and thanks for everybody that tuned in on the Wisdom app. But as always, folks, I want this peace. Peace.